Hi BookTube! My name is Sarah and welcome to Reading Category Romance. And welcome to a daily reading vlog update. I don't know what to call these. I did the vlog on Sunday and while I very much enjoyed doing it and editing it and all that good stuff, it is tiring. And day to day, my days are not terribly interesting. So mostly you're probably just going to get a little sit down chat from me. I'm hoping to do these every day, the little sit down chat parts at least. So we shall see. If it becomes a day where it's a bit more interesting and I'm out doing things, then maybe I'll get some extra clips. But if it's just kind of me around the house, kind of really not much of a point. So I didn't do one yesterday. I really wasn't feeling that great yesterday. My stomach is still like off and on. Like when you don't eat when you barely eat and drink for almost 2 weeks, trying to get back into the swing of things, your system's still a little bit like, okay, slow down. I know you're hungry, but we'll get there. So that's basically what happened yesterday, is that I just kind of had a bit of a tummy ache all day and I just really wasn't feeling that great. I was really hoping to do the live sprints last night, but last minute I'm just like, I don't think I can do it. So that's what happened. So I do apologize for those of you who were anticipating them on my channel, and many thanks to Tiffany for stepping up and doing the sprints for me. I super, super appreciate that. So yesterday, the only other thing I had to do was go get blood work done. So I did go and do that. And that's really it. I did a bit of reading yesterday. I did some crafting yesterday. And I have some things to show you today. So I'm going to share with you what I'm currently reading. I did go to the library today and I picked up a bunch of books. I went for one book in particular. So I went to two different library branches. I went to pick up the one book I had on hold, another one to pick up the other book that I wanted. And then while I was there, I happened to pick up a couple of others because that's the way these things go generally. So, yeah. What else? Oh, and I'm going to also show you the yarn that you guys picked. Which one won the little vote that I had on my Sunday video. So let's start off with what am I currently reading? So I am currently reading One Sizzling Night by Jo Lee. This is my Harlequin Blaze novel. I am about that far into it. I didn't get a ton of this read yesterday. I did listen to a bit on audio. Now I did find it on audio, like an actual audio narration of it on Everand. And my issue with it was I think I listened to about 2 chapters on audio and decided it wasn't for me because the narrator was very breathy. It's the only way I can describe it. And I didn't particularly care for it. So I ended up, just returning it. And luckily, of course, it didn't cost me anything because it was from Everand. And I'm just going to finish reading it in this format because I just think it's better. So basically, this is about Kensley? Kensley and Logan. Her actual name is Kensington, and she goes by Kensley. And she is an art art curator, if you will, for a private collector. And her father actually is an art thief. And he kind of taught her the tricks of the trade while she was growing up. She learned everything at his knee, if you will. And she thought growing up that she was going to be poised to kind of take over what he does. And then when she turned 18, the day she turned 18, she woke up at their apartment, wherever it was, and he was gone. And he left her a note, he left her money, he got her all set up to go to college and all the things, but basically she hasn't seen or heard from him in a decade. And now there's been this theft of this painting, and she knows it wasn't her father because she's convinced the painting that was supposedly stolen was actually a forgery. So she's trying to get her hands on the original painting so she can prove that if it supposedly was her father who stole this painting, it wasn't a real painting that was being stolen. And anyway, Logan is a former special ops CIA operative, and he is now civilian back, in doing civilian things. And he runs a security type company. And him and Kensley happen to be sharing this apartment while they're both in Boston. And they're both kind of investigating this same guy. So she... excuse me, she's investigating or going, like, kind of trying to befriend this guy because he's the one she believes has these paintings in hiding. And he wants to befriend the guy because he wants him to buy or use his security firm. And of course, there's going to be sexy times at play, which we've already had happen that way through the book. This is a Blaze novel. That's typically what happens. I mentioned this before. What I really like about the Blaze books is that they're not just a book about sexy times. There is an actual plot in this book. It just so happens the two of them are going to spend a good part of the book hooking up as well. So, that's a thing. But yeah, that's where I am so far in the book, and I am enjoying it. I'm liking it. I've always enjoyed the Blaze novels quite a bit. The other one I'm reading is a middle grade novel, something completely different, and I'm reading It's Watching by Lindsay Curry. I am listening to this mostly on audio, but I do have it on my Kobo as well. And this one is about a girl named Josie and her two best friends, Allison and Jackson. And they want to be on the editorial team of the school newspaper. They're only 12. But like next year, like when they're in grade 8, I guess, and they're 13. And in order to do that, they want to write a really, really great article. So they have the idea of writing about the woman in white, which is a ghost in the, I want to say Bedford Hills, but I might be saying that wrong, cemetery in Illinois. And this is based off an actual, for real, if you will, ghost story. And so they go into the cemetery, they get spooked out, and they leave. They go on Halloween night, and it seems like something has followed them home. And that's kind of where we're at now, is that they're being haunted and they're trying to find out what's going on. So it's fun. It's a middle grade, spooky story. I really like Lindsay Curry's writing. Scritch Scratch is hands down still my favorite by her, but this one might be coming in a close second. We shall see. I'll keep you guys updated, but I am enjoying it, and I'm about 50% of the way through that one at this point now. So that's everything that I'm currently reading. And I am reading that for the Halloween-a-thon, which is hosted by, and I'll leave link to all three of these ladies below, my very good friend Stormy over at Storm Reads, my also very good friend Lee over at Dark Roots Creations, and Beth from Soul Stained Ink. I'll leave link, like I said, to all of those ladies below. So I went to the library. I got some books out. So I thought I'd show them to you guys, because we're all about saving money here and not buying things. We're going to borrow them instead. I even canceled both Kindle Unlimited and Kobo Plus, because like I said on Sunday, money's about to be tight because I'm not working. I'll be getting employment insurance and things like that, but it's still not the same as my former income. But it's for now because I need to deal with my health, and that is far more important. Speaking of which, as a complete side note, today's not technically, but today is my 1-year anniversary of my heart transplant. It's technically tomorrow. If you go by the paperwork at the hospital, if you go by the actual time that I received my new heart, it was after midnight. So it was technically October 8th. But in my mind, it will always be the 7th, because I found out at about 11:30 in the morning. And, I went into surgery at 11:30 that night. And, that's kind of the day that's wrapped up in my head, has always been the 7th. So, yeah. But I am going to be celebrating in a way tomorrow. 2 of my coworkers are taking me out for dinner, which I'm very much looking forward to. And I'm also going to get my nails done as a treat to myself, which I'm very much looking forward to as well. Figure I can break the bank a little bit and get my nails done because it makes me happy. But yeah, so that's my plans. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, so it's my anniversary. It's my transplantiversary. Heart anniversary, if you will. Anyway, on to the library books. So I've got some middle grade books and some adult books here, and I'll show you the adult books first. So the first one is going to be a reread, but I really want to reread it because we were talking about this series in the live show this weekend, this Sunday, and that is 6 Feet Deep Dish by Mindy Quigley. This is the first book in the, I can't remember the name of the series. Is it the Deep Dish Pizza Mystery Series or something like that? I can't remember. But anyway, I have read this one before. I didn't particularly love it. And I know a lot of people are like, the first book isn't, and then move on. Now, I read book 4, and I really enjoyed book 4. So I thought if I go back, I'll read book 1, and then I'll go to 2, 3, reread 4 again. And I think we're up to book 5. She just published book 5. Or is publishing it later this year. I can't really remember. So that's exciting. Now, I listened to this on audio. Now, I do also have it out on audio from the library. But my issue with cozy mystery audiobooks, and this is a generalization. This isn't all, like, I don't want you in the comment, well, this series isn't like that. I find generally with cozy mystery audiobooks, the narration makes the character always sound a lot older than they actually are. And I always have a hard time with audiobook narration for cozy mystery books. I don't know why. So I'm going to try mostly reading this one with my eyeballs and see if maybe I like it better that way. Like maybe it was the narration. I don't know. But I'm looking forward to it. So yay on that one. And plus, I always say that that looks just like Presley on the cover if he was orange. But he's gray. Another one I got is a suspense, more of a mystery suspense type book. And this is called Hidden by Laura Griffin. This is the first book in the Texas Murder Files series. And I'm not going to read the whole thing. It says an ambitious female reporter tracks a deadly threat in Austin, Texas, in the newest riveting thriller by New York Times bestselling author Laura Griffin. It says a woman is found brutally murdered on a lakeside hike and bike trail. An investigative reporter turns up on the scene demanding access and answers. She tries to pry information out of the lead detective, but this case is unlikely any he's ever seen, and nothing adds up. So I actually had this one from NetGalley years ago when it first came out, and I think I read the first 2 chapters and then I put it down for whatever reason. So it was at the library, I saw it, I thought, okay, it's the first in the series, I will go ahead and pick it up. Then I grabbed some middle grade books. So 2 were on purpose, 2 were the holds that I had, and then the third was, and then the first one here, this is one that I just picked up on a whim. I was looking at the middle grade books, and I am looking for books for Halloween, again, to read some more middle grade books for Storm and Lee and Beth's read-along. And this one I picked up on a whim, and it's called The Girl in the Walls by Kunit? I'm sorry, it's covering the first name. But there's the... and it's not on the side, it's just the last name. It says, I want something that will haunt the people who have hurt me. Make them look at me, make them see what they've done. And then I just read the inside, and it just says, after a hard school year, V has been sent to her grandma Jojo's house for the summer to get away from it all. But unlike artistic neurodivergent sock-collecting V, Jojo is uptight, critical, and obsessed with her spotless house. V is sure she's doomed to have the worst summer ever. Then she starts hearing noises from inside the walls of the house. Knocks, the sounds of a girl crying, and voices echoing in the night. V decides she needs to figure out who or what is behind the walls, and what she finds there just might be her chance to get revenge on her perfect grandmother. So it sounds pretty good. It's a middle grade. I mean, these are not very long at all. And, oh, this is going to be an easy read. It's told in verse. Oh, I'll fly through this. Oh, that's great. I didn't even realize that. Excellent, excellent, excellent. This other one is not for Halloween, but I heard about this on Instagram, and I looked it up, and I was going to go ahead and buy a copy. And then I saw that my library had it, and I'm like, well, I'm going to go ahead and take it out of the library. And I'm glad I did, because there's like pictures throughout the book. I just love that. So this is The 9 Moons of Han Yu and Luli, by Glasser. The one who wrote the Vanderbeek series. So there it is. This is a historical middle grade. And it's China 731. And Han Yi sells steamed buns in a bustling market full of whispers about his ability to summon tigers. And Chinatown, New York in 1931, Lu Li gazes out from the roof of her parents' restaurant dreaming of dim sum and Chinese art. Familiar rhythms rule the contained but contented lives of Han Yu and Lu Li. When plague strikes Chang'an and financial crisis threatens Luli's family, each must venture out into the larger world and into a perilous adventure to save what they love most. Filled with wondrous caves and conniving thieves, desert storms, and magical lakes, the epic journeys in Karina Yan Glasser's breathtaking and absorbing novel are a testament to the bravery required to face the unknown and the power of the art to connect us through the ages. So that sounded really good. Like I said, I heard about this on Instagram. I was flipping through like reels or something, and it came up, and this woman, I think she was looking at like whatever the middle grade award is. Why am I drawing a blank on this? The Newbery? I think she was looking at like possible Newbery contenders. And she was reading this one, and her dad borrowed it. And he's like, hey, can I read it? And he was like, he's like 80 or something. He's like, can I read this? And he loved it. And I'm like, it just sounds really good. And the time period of like 731, like, that's way back in time. So I just thought this one sounded really good. And then this one is one Stormy told me about. And I was surprised that I got it as quickly as I did. And I'm very excited about it. This is a graphic novel. So this one should be reading it pretty quickly too. And this is Millie of the Manor. And I think somebody dubbed it as like the Babysitter's Club meets Nancy Drew or something like that. I can't remember. But it says, Amy has always loved a good mystery, so when her classmate Regan invites her to a murder mystery-themed birthday party, she should be ecstatic. But she's not. Instead, she's worried about that her social anxiety will mess everything up. Thankfully, all the guests are given characters to play for the night, so Amy doesn't have to go to Regan's party as herself. She can go as Millie Morgan, a scientist looking to crack the case. But when evidence piles up and clues begin to incriminate her alter ego, Amy must work with her new friends and navigate her own anxiety to solve the mystery to prove her innocence. And it sounded so good when Storm talked about it, and I'm like, the graphics are super cute. I think I'm the first one to borrow this from the library. I don't even think it was in yet when I put it on hold. And then I just got the notification the other day. So I'm super, super stoked about getting to this one. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think that might be my next read after I finish It's Watching by Lindsay Curry. And last but not least, before I let you guys go, I already picked the sock bag for the next pair of socks, as you can tell. You might be able to. It's Boo. Boo won the vote. Thank you guys so much for voting. I really appreciate it. So I'll be winding this up soon and starting my new pair of socks. And on the crafty note, just to let you guys know, I've actually been thinking about doing, restarting my floss tube channel, which is a channel devoted to like cross stitch and, you know, other crafts, but mostly cross stitch. And I've been doing a lot of cross stitch lately as well as knitting. And if I decide to restart that, I will let you guys know. I might do a video this Sunday on it. Like I said, I'll let you guys know and I'll post a link when I do that video. So for those of you who want to see my crafty pursuit stuff, you can. And then if you don't want to, you won't have to watch them in these videos. You can go watch them over on that channel. So that's pretty much my game plan. But anyway, guys, that's it. I'm going to let you go. I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye.